Hello my friend and welcome back to Survival Superhero. And boy do I have a treat for you today. We have got some really exciting footage that shows new Doogee thermal imaging rugged phones that no one is talking about. Plus we've got a phone with an insanely bright 5000 lumen light plus night vision. We've got a new rugged phone with a laser rangefinder and a massive battery. We've got a phone with a telephoto camera with 8x zoom. And we've got a new small rugged phone. And these are all coming up in this video. Now you can check the description for links to each of these phones to get some more information or to purchase one. And now let's get straight into this video. Starting with the Nokia XR21 5G. WinFuture has leaked details of the rugged successor to Nokia's XR20 rugged phone that was launched back in 2021. Now the brand new XR21 has got a 2.2 GHz octa-core Snapdragon 695 chipset, which is an upgrade from the XR20's Snapdragon 480. It also looks like they have improved the camera with a 64 megapixel main camera plus an 8 megapixel telephoto camera with 8x zoom. And that is definitely something you do not see on rugged phones. The XR21 is definitely going to be IP68 waterproof, and I'm assuming it's also going to be military standard 810H just like the XR20 was. The XR21 is going to weigh only 235 grams. It's going to come with Android 12 operating system with 4 years of OS upgrades and security updates. It's going to have 2 nano SIM slots plus eSIM, and it's going to have a 3.5mm headphone jack. The 5G XR21 is expected to launch in the second or third quarter of 2023 at a price of around $500. Now, if you need an insanely bright light on your rugged phone, then this next device might be for you. It's the Cubot King Kong Power. With a release date of May 10th, 2023, this rugged phone from Cubot comes with a ridiculously bright 5000 lumen dual LED light module on the back. Now, for reference, the Unihertz tank has a camping light that the Iris Examiner referred to as blindingly bright, and it is only 1200 lumens. Now the King Kong Power has a 5000 lumen light. That sounds absolutely insane. It's also got 20 megapixel night vision and comes with Android 13. It is IP68 and IP69K waterproof, and Cubot is not giving a military standard rating at the time of this video, but other King Kong phones in this series have been rated 810G, so it's likely that this one will also be 810G or maybe higher. Now the King Kong Power is launching at the crazy low price of just $140 on May 10th. You can click the link in the description below to get this low price. Next up, we've got the Blackview BV9300. Also with a release date of May 10th, 2023, the BV9300 is one of only a few rugged phones that features a 40-meter laser rangefinder. It's also got a huge 15,080 mAh battery with 33 watt fast charge that will give you a full charge in 3 hours, and it lasts for up to 76 days on standby. Now it's also got a 32 megapixel front camera with a large Samsung GD2 sensor that you will not find on very many other phones right now. It's also got 12 gigabytes of RAM, a large 6.7-inch 120Hz display, a 100 lumen flashlight, and smart PA box speaker for louder sound. The BV9300 is IP68 and IP69K, as well as military standard 810H. Now, another cool thing is that it's also got OTG support, so you can connect things to it like a keyboard, a mouse, or external storage. And it's also got reverse charging, so you can use it to charge other devices from its giant battery. Now, the BV9300 is launching at just $220 on AliExpress, and you can hit the link in the description below to get more information or to purchase one. Now, before we talk about Doogee's new phones, I do want to mention the Hotwav Cyber X and Cyber X Pro, as well as the Blackview N6000. Now, the Cyber X Pro launches June 2023. It's got a really sleek design. It's got a nice leather back cover, plus an extra mini LED display on the back. It runs the Helio G99 chipset. It's got a 108 megapixel ultra high res main camera. It does come with Android 13. It's got a large 10,200 mAh battery, 12 gigabytes of RAM, and 256 gigabytes internal storage. And the Blackview N6000 is a new small rugged phone that is launching in May 2023. It's got a very small 4.3-inch display. It runs on the Helio G99 chipset. It comes with 8 gigabytes of RAM and 256 gigabytes internal storage. Now, not much more is known at the time of this video about these two devices, so we will just have to keep an eye out for them. And now let's talk about these new Doogee rugged devices. So Charbax on YouTube has filmed 4 new Doogee devices that were on showcase at a recent electronics fair in Hong Kong, and they all look pretty awesome. First up, there is the Doogee V20 Pro. Now, this phone features thermal imaging, and the back is made out of glass. Now, Cassie from Doogee tells Charbax that it is made out of a new material, it will not break, you can drive over it with your car, and the phone is rated military standard 810. Now, maybe it's actually 810H, but she says 810 in the video. Along with the thermal imaging, it's also got 24 megapixel night vision. It runs on the Dimensity 700 chipset, which is the same chipset as the V20, but it's got 12 gigabytes of RAM, which is more than the V20's 8 gigabytes. It's also got 256 gigabytes internal storage that is expandable up to 2 terabytes. It's got a 6.43-inch 120Hz AMOLED display and a 6,000 mAh battery with 33-watt fast charge. Now, we're not really sure on a release date, but Cassie from Doogee said that it will retail at around $500 to $600. And it is available at the time of this video for pre-order on AliExpress, and you can hit the links in the description below to check it out. Okay, now let's talk about these 3 top secret Doogee rugged phones. We've got the Doogee V31 GT, the 100 GT, and the S100 Pro. Now, barely anything at all is known about these phones. At the time of this video, I literally do not see a single thing online about these phones. The only mention of them is from Charbax on YouTube. So let's check them out. First, let's see the V31 GT. Look at this thing. It's got a very cool circular camera layout on the back. And it looks like it's going to run Android 13 on a 2.6 GHz octa-core Dimensity 1080 chipset with a 10,800 mAh battery with 12 GB of RAM on board, plus 256 GB internal storage that is expandable up to 2 TB. Looks like it's got triple cameras with a 50 megapixel main, a 32 megapixel front camera, and a 6.58 inch FHD plus 120 Hz display. The next top secret new device from Doogee is the S110 GT. Now we can clearly see at the bottom of this spec sheet that it says that it is going to have thermal imaging. Now we didn't get a clear shot of the bottom of the spec sheet on the V31 GT, but I'm going to guess that the V31 GT is also going to have thermal imaging. The S110 GT is also going to run Android 13, but on a different chipset than the V31 GT. The S110 GT will feature a 2.2 GHz Helio G99 chipset. And the other main specs look to be the same as the V31 GT. And finally, we've got the S100 Pro. Now this thing has a whopping 22,000 mAh battery, just like the V Max, and they've also added a camping light on the back that Cassie says can, quote,
"If you open the light, then it can light up the whole room."
It looks like it's going to run Android 12 on a 2.2 GHz Helio G99 chipset with 12 GB of RAM on board and 256 GB internal storage, expandable up to 2 TB. It's got triple cameras on the back with a 108 megapixel main and a 32 megapixel front camera. And it's got a 6.58 inch FHD plus 120 Hz display. Now we have got no idea when these devices are going to be released, but I'm guessing they will come out sometime in 2023. So what do you think? Let me know your thoughts about these phones in the comments below. Please share this video if you have found it helpful, and then you can click here for another great rugged smartphone video, and I will see you there.